So the only thing I'm like really worried about, which I mean, super understandable for anybody out there, and that is the money, dog. I just got my last 2 paychecks. Layoff is payoff, you feel me? Yeah, I got my last 2 paychecks last week, and then the one day I worked Monday. Life and shit don't stop for nobody, dude. I still got so much shit I gotta pay. I got things I gotta do this weekend. I got fuck, dude. Shit's stressing me out right now. The more I think about it, the more I get stressed out. But the only way that you can fight, you know, these thoughts, dude, and all these things like that is with action, dog. Action. Whether it's going to the hall, calling someone up, basically just doing whatever you got to do, bro. I, for one, am not. I honestly want to take like a week, maybe 2 weeks off, go back up north and just finish this fucking house and just get everything. Yeah, there's the one house my grandma and then my aunt. I think they're like 75% done with like the masonry, and then we get to start the roof and the walls and all that stuff. So there's a lot of work out there, dude, but the thing that worries about me with that is just the money. Because I re-downloaded this fucking app to help me find work. And luckily, one of my old customers, I thought it was funny, dude. I was like praying to God and shit, and I was like, send me a sign, dog, please. Just, I don't know what I'm doing. And then she texts me and she's like, hey, you did some work for me, and, you know, I'm wondering if you can come help us out again. We got, all it is just installing a threshold on their main door, the entrance to the house. So nothing crazy. I mean, it is gonna take some, you know, I gotta customize it a little bit. I gotta take the old one out. I gotta sand everything. I think sand the new one down and cut a little bit of notches in it. So it's gonna take a little bit of work, dude. Probably like nothing more than an hour or two, hopefully. So I'm bidding this job at 120. You know, it's just my time. I don't know about y'all, but I'd be nervous. You know, I know how to do the work. I don't know how to get my point across all the time. So with projects like these, you guys, you really want to kind of dissect the whole thing. Look at every kind of possibility, just to make sure that it looks nice, dude. Make sure that it looks professional. All right, don't go with like your first gut and what to do. You know, probably just keep that in back of your mind, but look at it again. You know, think about your first one. You know, dwell on it a little bit for a few minutes, get to work, and then, you know, see what else we can do. We got to take the piece down quite a bit, so we're gonna take that the threshold apart and see how it looks. See what we can come up with right now. So the goal of this job here was to get this threshold to basically fit inside of this door and to have the door close. You know, the customer, they ordered this new threshold, and it's a little bit too thick, and so they tried to install it. It didn't work out. They didn't have the right tools. You know, I cannot stress enough about having, you know, the right tools. You know, that just makes jobs so much easier. But yeah, so here I'm tapping, trying to get this threshold down. It was about an 1/8 inch too thick or too long. So I had to kind of just really, I think I used a grinder for that, and just, you know, grind it away a little bit at the ends. There's metal inside there too, so, you know, the grinder helped out. Right there, you can see at the corner where the customer tried cutting a little notch out. I did bring black paint for that later, so I'm getting this thing out of the way here. Basically, I'm just installing it to see where exactly, you know, it's sitting, where exactly the door is sitting at. I took a measurement beforehand, but it's always good practice to still, you know, visually inspect things. Well, we try to look at it from all angles, and sometimes it don't always work. You kind of got to do it the hard way, you know, do it the long way, which is fine. I just got to go get the right tools for it. You know, I didn't think that it was going to be a whole lot of sanding when I came out here. I don't even know if we had a sander at the house, but I'm gonna go buy one. I'm gonna see how much a belt sander costs, and if not, then I'm gonna get one of those square sanders. Whatever, dude. Just gotta get the job done. You know, in my head, I'm probably gonna get the cheapest sander, dude, not gonna lie. And that way, number one, I have a sander, and number two, it's cheap, so this job itself pays for the sander. You feel me? Oh, I fucking love it here. I need the sanders. Right here, dude. But it'd be nice if I could find a belt sander. $119, fuck. But I don't really need that. I mean, it would have been nice, but whatever. Better than a hope, better than a hope, better than a hope. That's one I looked at online. Gotta spend money to make money. That's some bullshit. Sick as fuck, boy. Let's go to the front out. Sometimes you can find one next to the water spout area. Oh, there's one in the front, but I want to get away from the... Yeah, we may have to do the one at the front door. So a tricky part with this project was having this metal, you know, right there with the wood. I could only bring the wood down so much until I had to start, you know, eating into that metal. But I didn't really want to, so, you know, I kind of had to just work with it. That's the best thing that you can do with projects like these, is just work with it. You know, look what visually is you know, what's visually pleasing and what, you know, is practical and what works. You know, with this project, I had to make sure that the door actually closed, and I had to make sure that everything looked good. I had to make sure that everything looked like, you know, it was supposed to. So I ended up not using the sander so much. I just had an angle grinder with a sanding disc on it, and it just ate away at that metal pretty good. Not that metal, it ate away at the wood pretty easily. Oh, and just real quick, man, you know, cleanup is probably one of the biggest things probably one of the easiest ways to separate yourself from others, dude, is just cleaning up. Keeping your workplace clean, keeping yourself clean, cleaning up afterwards, even at the end of the day. I don't know how many times I've seen job sites where nobody cleans up at the end of the day. Maybe at the end of the week, but not the end of the day. So, you know, installing caulking is pretty straightforward. You know, squeeze the trigger. Don't put too big of a bead. You know, just try not to use more than what you really need right there. And right here, I'm just going back, filling in the holes. Like I said, visually pleasing. You know, I stood back, I looked at it from different angles. I saw that it needed more caulking in specific areas, so fill it in, get a wet sponge, and wipe it smooth, man.